Hello and welcome to Red Gaming Tech for your daily news cache. This time I'm bringing you the GamesCom edition, and this time I'm bringing you some news regarding DayZ, PlayStation 4 sales figures, PlayStation Update 2.0, Destiny's expansion packs, the first two, and Far Cry 4's free drop-in co-op. Beginning of course with DayZ. Dean Hall, who is of course the game's creator, took to the stage during Sony's Gamescom conference to make a revelation that DayZ will be making its way to the PlayStation 4. Now, unfortunately, he didn't deign to give us any real details on the PlayStation 4 version, but he did basically say that them making the PlayStation 4 port has pushed them to make improvements to the game as a whole. And his quote actually read, quote, "Creating the PS4 version has given us cause to expand the overall project." And then he announced a fair few graphical overhauls for all versions of DayZ. So even if you're playing it on the PC or what have you, it will still affect you because they're making improvements to the game as a whole. So even if you're not going to play it on PlayStation 4, you're still getting some improvements. So I think most people will be happy with that, but they would have been happier with the release date, I would think. But unfortunately, not so much luck. Moving on to the PlayStation 4 sales figures, the SCEE president and CEO Jim Ryan made a rather staggering announcement during the PlayStation Gamescom conference, basically saying that the PlayStation 4 has sold 10 million units worldwide. And Jim basically said that the figure represents units sold through to consumers. And this rather epic milestone was achieved in less than 9 months. And he reminded us that the PS4 has only just been out since November of this year. So what can I say, but that is pretty much incredible. 10 million units in less than a year is pretty damn impressive, and I really hope that we get some in-depth information regarding the Xbox sales figures as well. I've had a quick look around and it looks like they didn't say anything at the Gamescom conference, but we may get some information soon. But still, very, very impressive. Well done to Sony. And I also have a second piece of PS4 news here regarding PS4 Update 2.0, as Sony has confirmed that the rather long-awaited share play feature will be introduced to the console as part of the upcoming Update 2.0, of course, which is due for release by autumn. Now, for those of you who may have been unaware or have forgotten, share play basically allow you to pass control of your game to another PS4 owner remotely via the internet. And of course, this feature was first announced during the PS4's unveiling back in February of last year, but unfortunately is yet to surface. And Sony said, quote, "Let's go from sitting back and watching friends play to actually jumping into games remotely and sharing great experiences together in real time." And for those of you who want a proper description, there is one here, and it reads, quote, "The best way to think about share play is like a virtual couch. PlayStation 4 will create an online local co-op experience by allowing you to invite a friend to join your game even when they don't own a copy of it. With this first of its kind feature, you'll be able to play games with a friend just as you were together in the same room. Let's say that with games, you'll be able to invite your friend online to play against the Miami Heat for the championship as the San Antonio Spurs in NBA 2K, tackle the challenging Towerfall Ascension quest mode together, or aid, heal and protect you as Igniglius, in Charles of Light local co-op mode. With share play, you can even jump into a game to assist a friend. For example, if there is part of a game that you can't quite finish, you can invite a friend to take over your controls. Like handing over the controller to a friend on your couch, your screen will be shared as your friend gets through that part of the game that has been giving you trouble. Go and get past that part in The Last of Us Remastered when you're hanging upside down. Get a little help. Now, as well as this, Update 2.0 will be adding video upload support for YouTube, along with dedicated app support, and the PS4's activity board, What's New, will also be revised. And regarding this, Sony said, quote, "What's New will get enhanced real-time activity through friend-of-friend suggestions, allowing instant access to friends and recently played games broadcasts, and a real name search function will also be added. More features to come when version 2.00 is made available this fall, and we will have more to announce in the coming months." That's not all though, folks. I have yet more news for you today, and it's all fresh from Gamescom, so do bear with me as we have some news regarding Destiny, as Bungie is set to launch the first expansion for the title, which will go by the name The Dark Below, this December. And the official description reads, quote, set deep beneath the surface of the moon, fans will discover an ancient tomb that has been unsealed and a dark god who has risen an evil army in the depths of the Hellmouth, the home of the Hive enemy race. Now, the dark below will be followed by a second Destiny expansion pack by the name of House of Wolves, which have unfortunately yet to be detailed, but both are naturally included in the Destiny expansion pass. And finally, we have information regarding Far Cry 4, as Ubisoft has made some clarifications regarding the free drop-in co-op, which so shocked a lot of people at its reveal during E3 of this year. Now, Ubisoft has said that the free drop-in co-op will be limited to 2 hours per person, and this came from the producer Alex Hutchinson during the GamesCom conference. Now, each owner of the game can invite up to 10 people to play co-op in the game, but it's still unclear if it's limited to certain sections or certain areas. Now, this probably means that once your 2 hours are up, that's it. You can't play the game for free anymore. It's probably not 2 hours at a time, because you could just repeat that and complete the whole game for free, which obviously Ubisoft don't want you to do, pretty much. And to be honest, it's fair enough. I'd say 2 hours is more than sufficient for you to get a good impression of the game, and for you to maybe go, ooh, that looks really good actually, I really enjoyed my 2 hours, I think I'll pick up the game. So it's essentially a bit of an extended demo, if you will. So it's a little sucky that there's a limitation, but I don't think it's unexpected or unreasonable, to be quite honest with you. Well, there you go, that is me done for today. There'll be more Gamescom goodness coming up, I am sure, but for the moment, that is me done for this news cache, and I'll see you next time.